Hello my loves! Who is ready for two of my absolute favorite things in one video? Today we're going to be redoing Meghan's extensions and refreshing her balayage. As step one in this process, I'll be doing a root retouch to Meghan's balayage. We'll be doing some hair painting today while brightening Meghan's color all around so that her natural hair blends seamlessly with her hair extensions. And the second part of this process, we're going to be reapplying Meghan's eye-link micro tip extensions. I'll be showing you guys the step-by-step process on how to get this look and giving away my formulation for Meghan's toner as well. I had an absolute blast making this video, and we turned our hair day into a girls' night with wine. Not to mention we had the cutest little guests come and hang out with us, so who could go wrong with hair, wine, and puppies? So if you guys are ready to come hang out with us, let's get started. So I had wanted to begin with a before photo of what Meghan's hair looked like. The last time that Meghan had her balayage done was just about a year ago, so her balayage is pretty much mostly grown out. You can see all of her natural regrowth toward her root, and then toward the bottom is where her previous color is. As you guys can see, her extensions have been growing out beautifully. She didn't even lose one strand since the last time she was here about 3 to 4 months ago. So we're going to begin by taking out Meghan's extensions before going in and giving her a refresh on her balayage. So I'm going to go in with my tool that I had showed you guys earlier. It's a plier-like tool, and I'm going to begin by loosening the bead that's holding the extension onto Meghan's hair. In my previous extension video, I had received a lot of feedback and a lot of questions on the removal process of the extensions. So I wanted to show you guys in real time what it looks like removing the eye-link extensions from Meghan's hair. So now that the bead and the extension have both been removed, I'm going to go in and comb through those pieces of hair. This step is super important because you're going to be removing any kind of buildup, any kind of residue, and any kind of trapped hair that's been stuck in the bond over the past few weeks. So again, now that the bead has been unfastened, I'm going to go in and slide it up while removing the actual extension. So sometimes clients do see some of the hair that they're shedding in the process of taking out the extensions, and they get a little bit nervous, but what you have to take into consideration is that you naturally shed between 50 and 100 strands of hair a day, and think about the fact that those hairs are getting trapped in the bonds and being held onto the hair by the bead. So this is just that hair which has been shed being combed off of Meghan's hair. And once we're done combing through, the hair has no damage to it. You wouldn't even know that she had extensions. So now that her extensions have been removed, we're going to go in and begin refreshing her balayage. So right now I am making my partings for my sectioning, and you want to make sure to make them very clean, as this will help make the balayage process much easier for you in the long run. So for my very first section of hair, I'm going to begin by cutting some medium slices through it and then teasing up to the root. By teasing, this is going to ensure there are no harsh lines when we're applying our lightener. So we all know that balayage is about blending. Everything comes down to blending with this look. So by teasing the top and applying the lightener in a feathering motion, that's also going to ensure that there are no harsh lines. So as you guys can see, Meghan's hair is quite long, and when it comes to balayaging longer hair, there are a couple of tricks and tips that I picked up, which I do show and run through later on in my video. So now that I've begun to weave my next section, I'm just going to continue repeating those steps, making my way up Meghan's crown all the way to the top portion of her head. So I know that the painting process is very relaxing, and a lot of people enjoy just watching it. It's kind of therapeutic, so I'm just gonna play some chill, relaxing music and you guys can watch and enjoy. And as I mentioned before, I'm going to be displaying some of my best tips and tricks over the next few minutes. They're going to be popping up on your screen. So I hope that they're a bit helpful in explaining the balayage process. All right, it is extension time. I hope you guys enjoyed some of those tips and tricks, and let's move along to extensions now. As you can see, I have my favorite frame art clips to separate the hair, which is very important when doing extensions, and my hair extension bead removal tool. So I'll be going in and reapplying row by row. The extensions we're using are the iLink micro ring extensions, and as you guys can see, it's starting to come together so beautifully. Now that we have refreshened Meghan's balayage, her hair is all going to really come together and look very uniform. Now, an important note to mention when applying extensions is to make sure that you're leaving enough room in between rows. When you create rows that are too close to one another, it creates a lot of bulk in the hair, and that makes the extensions more visible. So making sure to leave enough room in between rows is key. Another key item to note is to make sure you stay far enough away from the hairline so that when your client pulls her hair back, they are not visible. And now that we are done, we're gonna have some fun styling Meghan's luscious, beautiful locks. I mean, look at that shine, guys. Her hair is true hair goals. It's a pleasure and an honor to even be able to work on such beautiful hair. And the last thing left to do is celebrate and pop open a bottle of wine to get ready for a night in with the girls. And our very special guest who came to visit as well, our little pupper. He's so adorable. He was visiting us for the night and he loved my fiance. He wound up actually hanging out with him all night and they had a little boys' night in, watching sports and basketball. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys. Bye.